Tim was having a ball at the basketball court with his friends. We wanted to know the required initial velocity to shoot a basket from the free throw line at a 45-degree angle.
Go. Yeah, all right.
Great shot, Tim. Now we need to make a plan. To find the initial velocity, we have to think about what kind of problem this is. It's a trajectory problem. And here we have our sketch. Great job, Ashley. What we do know is the y initial, which is 2 meters. And we also have the y final, 3 meters. We also have the time, which is 1.5 seconds, and the max angle of 45 degrees. Great looking shot, Tim.
Here is our free body diagram of the ball after it's left Tim's hand. The only force acting on it at this point is gravity in the y direction. The next step is to list the general equations that we will use. The problem requires that we break it into its x and y components, so we chose these two equations based on the values that we had and the value that we are trying to find.
So now we're solving for our y component. We have the equation that we're using and we filled in the values for them. So we have 3 meters equals 2 meters plus Vy initial times 1.5 seconds minus 1/2 times 9.8 meters per second squared times 1.5 seconds squared. Rearranging the equation, we solve for Vy initial, which equals 3 meters minus 2 meters plus 1/2 times 9.8 meters per second squared times 1.5 seconds squared, divided by 1.5 seconds. And so we come up with the Vy initial equaling 8.02 meters per second.
Great job, Tim.
And now we're getting to the x component. We have the initial equation, and then we plug in the values. So we have 4.5 meters equals 0 plus Vx initial times 1.5 seconds plus 1/2 times 0 because there's no acceleration in the x direction times 1.5 seconds squared. So solving for Vx initial, we eventually get 4.5 divided by 1.5, which equals 3 meters per second in the x direction.
Using the initial velocity in the x component and the initial velocity in the y component, you are able to solve for your missing variable. Using the Pythagorean theorem, you are able to plug in 3 and 8.02 to find c squared. C squared is equal to 73.3, and taking the square root of that will give you 8.56 meters per second.
Go. Yeah, all right.